One of the biggest questions I get asked a lot is, how long have I been shooting? And the other one is, what made me go into photography? And I always tell people, it's kind of a sad story, but if you hang tight to the very end, you'll notice that it has a silver lining in it. I think it was probably, my son was around 2 years old, and all of a sudden it was coming spring, and I had the urge to get the whole family together for photos. So I made a few phone calls, and a lot of times what happens is, everyone's busy and no one really has the time. So my answer kept coming back is no one could do it. And being passive aggressive at times, your feelings get hurt, but you just kind of don't put your foot down and you end up saying, okay. Well, 3 days later, my father passed away unexpectedly. And at that time, I thought that that was one of the worst things in the world, is that I had that, it's almost like that intuition inside of me that said, you know what, things are coming to a close here and you needed to get those photos. And although I'll always regret not having those photos, I realize that in a lot of ways, our memories are what keeps us and holds us together. It's not always the physical form. I would find film in the house, film rolls that hadn't been developed yet, and I would take them to the drugstore and just pray for that one last shot. And when all of those trips came back void, I realized at that point I had gotten everything I was ever going to get from my dad in the physical form. So photography became a way of life for me. It became a passion like none other, to not only take those snapshots in my head, but to get them in the physical form, because you never know when that last shot is going to be the last shot. So in a lot of ways, I look at it as that photography is the last gift my dad ever gave me. So I am passionate now not only to preserve my memories and my family, but to preserve yours as well. And that's my story.